All right. I did a review of this battery a couple of months ago, and what we're going to do today is a little bit something different. This is one of my favorite batteries for multiple reasons. One of the great features about this battery is that it has the 140 amp hours in a Group 31 size, but also at 140 amp BMS. So you could run a something around a 2,000 watt inverter on a single battery pretty well. But what I'm doing with this battery today is something a little bit different, because what I'm really interested in is this 140 amp hours to do a project which is coming up in my next video, which is going to be powering I've got a new DC refrigerator, 12 volt DC refrigerator, like for a van life or an RV or something like that. And so I want to build a little small power station is what we're going to do today with this. All I need is DC, so we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to build a DC power station out of this Redodo 12.8 volt, 140 amp hour battery. And the way we're going to do that is using this Redodo battery box that's kind of like ready to go for a DC power station. There's not really almost any building involved. It's just putting your battery inside and connecting it up, and it's already got pretty much all the features I need to do what I need to do here. It's got a couple of USB ports, so that's just a little bit bonus. What I'm mostly concerned with for my next project is this cigarette lighter port. So it's got a cigarette lighter port there, or 12 volt car port, whatever they call it nowadays. So let's go ahead and get started. There's a couple of clips on the side here. On each side, you just pop those off, lift this off. You have your cables inside and all of your ports and things here. A piece of foam, a little strap for at the end here, and it's basically just an empty plastic box here. Drop our battery down in there, and one thing that this doesn't come with that I want to add here is a fuse on this wire. So what I got here, I'm just going to add this 100 amp fuse right onto the end here and just bolt it on. This is an 8 millimeter bolt and nut. Put that on the end here. All right. Now we've got our bolt-on fuse, and everything going through the positive cable here is going to be fused. The entire system will be fused from this 100 amp fuse. And that is a little bit overkill. I'm not going to be using it anywhere near 100 amps, but you just never know. We'll take our fuse here, fused in, and put it on our positive side. And you could put this on the negative side if you prefer. A lot of people do prefer to fuse the negative side. I think it's basically the same thing, but... And then what I do is I take a piece of foam from a packing thing I had and shove that down here just to keep the battery from jiggling around too much inside there. So we'll go ahead and get this on here. Tighten this up real good. We'll get our negative cable on here the same way. Go ahead and tuck this down in here, get it out of the way. And we'll get our lid on here. There we go. Pop our clamp on there. Another clamp here. Now these clamps, I don't expect those to hold when you go to lift this up, and that's what they have this strap for. So before we put the strap on, the strap just goes around through here. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and make sure this all comes on here. So we have our power switch. We're currently at 13.2 volts. And what's nice too is it has these to hook up something external. So you wanted to hook up a solar charge controller, you could do that here, or a battery charger, or anything else like that that you needed. So for example, you could hook up something small like this little 20 amp inline MPPT solar charge controller, which I am eventually going to hook up to this so that I could have solar coming into this while it's running my 12 volt fridge. But we're not going to do that right now. I need to order an adapter cable to hook up from these, what do we call these? Anyway, this is just going to be a quick video. So what I'm going to do, I need to order an adapter cable with some ring terminals on here that connect to these here to get this going on. And then another one that goes to MC4s to hook up to my solar panels. I'm not sure why they use these on all these inline ones. I have several of these. They all seem to come with this kind of a plug. And I really don't care much for this plug. I may even just cut this off. I haven't decided yet, and wire it up my own way. And then say same thing if you wanted to hook an inverter up. Let's say you have a small AC inverter, like this is a little 200 watt inverter with the cigarette lighter port. You could hook a much larger inverter up to this if you wanted to, obviously up to 2,000 watts. That's one of the beauties of this particular battery. But I don't really need any AC power. So I do have some other ideas in mind of what I intend to use this for in the future. And I have several of these small little car type inverters. This one's a little 200 watt. And what I'm interested in leveraging the 140 amp hour battery that's in here for its size. That's quite a lot of power. And again, you just plug this right into one of these. There's two different ports here, so you can still even just be running this. Power that on there. You can see I got a little power light came on there. So I could run something 200 watts and still power my DC refrigerator through here, which is what I intend to do in my next video. And see how long this battery will last in that setup. So as I said, you could have a much larger inverter and mount it here on the side, which I'll probably do again in another video. And you could either run it through, there's like these holes up under here in this box where you could hook it to directly to the battery, or you could use these bolts that are on the side here and do it like that. All right, so it's as simple as that. We've got us a 12 volt DC power station here with a small 200 watt AC inverter. And again, you could use whatever size you want. For the things that I'm going to do here in the next little while, this one's going to work just perfectly. And that's all I need. But again, I will be hooking up this MPPT solar charge controller. And I'm just going to wire it up right to these bolts here, hook up my solar panels, and away we go. Easy peasy. The other beauty of this battery here is it has the Bluetooth, so I can get on the Bluetooth and see what the state of charge is. These ones up here like this are not very accurate. They're just telling you the voltage. That doesn't tell you really how much capacity is left in the battery. I've already shown all that in another video, so if you're interested in getting a full review of the battery, I'll go ahead and leave a link to that video right here. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see my next video coming up, where I'm going to run a 12 volt DC fridge off of this power station and see how long it lasts. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.